So with the recent episode of Dragon Ball Super, we have now learned that Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta will go toe-to-toe against Hit in Dragon Ball Super Episode 30. And I'm joined here today by JR Saiyans, and today we're going to be discussing our thoughts and predictions leading into Hit versus Vegeta. Now guys, please note on a sidebar that this video will contain massive amounts of spoilers. If you guys haven't checked out Dragon Ball Super Episode 37, go on ahead and either skip forward through the video, exit out, or go on ahead and watch the episode and come back, because we have a lot to talk about here today, especially with Hit versus Vegeta. Now, JR, man, like, this is going to be something really awesome. I've been talking about this for months. I've always predicted, even from the get-go, the second I saw Hit, that I knew he was going to be a problem, but I didn't really think that the outcome would result in this. Now, in the episode preview, we get to see Hit, like, outmaneuver Vegeta. First off, he was hitting him so fast, and he was hitting him so hard that Vegeta wasn't even able to register what the hell was going on. So, and Vegeta's fighting him in his Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan form, now known as Super Saiyan Blue. If you guys haven't checked out my episode review, go on ahead and check it out, link down below. Again, so I want to get your thoughts on this, because I want to get like your overall prediction as to what's going to happen, because the way things are building up thus far, I mean, especially with Goku seems like he's so eager to fight this guy, because in episode 37, he clenched his fist, he was just staring a hole right at, Hit, and ironically enough, when Vegeta became a god, and Hit, was looking as to what was going on the battlefield, he looked up and he saw Goku just like staring right at him, and that's like very ominous, because, Goku's so eager because Goku knows something about this guy. So I want to get your overall thoughts as to what's going to happen, in episode 38, alongside, how do you think Hit's going to beat Vegeta, because we're all certain here that he's gonna win, but how is the question, because he was hitting him so hard. Honestly, dude, he reminded me a little bit of Janemba because of Janemba's techniques and fighting style, because the way Janemba moved around, like, he moved so fast, and like the way he was dematerializing and stuff. Although that's not the case, the way he was hitting Vegeta was just tremendous in force. So what are your thoughts leading into next week's episode?
It's absolutely freaking crazy the way in just the preview we saw Hit demolishing Vegeta. And dude, he's fast,
very fast,
not
scary fast.
Yeah, scary fast, to the point where Vegeta doesn't even know what's coming. Vegeta's getting hit, and he probably doesn't even know where he's getting hit from. He's just feeling himself, getting hit. Absolutely. No pun intended. Yep. And I don't know, man, this Hit guy, I don't know what. There's something up with the hits. I'm trying to with the punches. They are, because like every single time, well, it looked like every single time he hit Vegeta, like there was like this, like, shard blast behind him. It was really weird. It almost looked like every single time he'd hit him, he would like blow a hole in his body. Like it was insane the way it looked. But how powerful do you think Hit is compared to Super Saiyan God Vegeta? Because I want you to remember something, right? Remember when Golden Frieza fought Goku? Goku like allowed himself to be foolish enough to break his guard, and Frieza got the best of him. When Vegeta went up against Golden Frieza had zero chance. Like literally, he wasn't even able to touch Vegeta. And now we have someone coming along the lines who was able to manhandle Vegeta the same way Vegeta manhandled Golden Frieza. So that's like what are your thoughts on that? How strong is Hit compared to him right now? Bro, Hit is, as far as we see, Hit's really strong, and he's as strong as a Saiyan God.
Would you say he's stronger?
I think he's stronger than Vegeta, man.
Vegeta only? Like, why do you say Vegeta, not Goku? Like, what do you think about Goku?
Well, this is very difficult, because I feel like Hit's just gonna demolish Vegeta, bro. As far as we saw from the preview, I think that's what we're gonna see in the actual episode. And I just feel like Goku's gonna learn from what we saw. I feel like whoever's in against Hit that was gonna happen to them.
It's gonna be a learning lesson, right?
Yes. So I believe Goku's gonna learn from what he saw, and they're gonna find out Hit's secret technique. Now I want to add, Hit might not be stronger raw power wise than Vegeta, but if Vegeta can't touch Hit, it doesn't matter.
That's absolutely true. And I do want to point out one thing, though. However, for those of you out there that were predicting, and speculating as to how fast Hit was, and just sharing your overall thoughts and ideologies on Hit itself, you guys were absolutely right, because the way Hit is maneuvering and the way Hit operates is unlike any other character thus far, because having to see what he did against Frost, and that's his own, comrade, it's scary to see how things are going to go about, especially with Vegeta, and Vegeta coming off of, 3 years of hyperbolic time chamber training, and even, becoming a god during the Resurrection F arc. he's getting destroyed, dude. Like, he is literally getting destroyed. Nobody out there can argue with the fact that he's not, because in the episode preview, as I said in my episode review, Vegeta was just at the, like, he was at Hit's mercy. Like, there was no other, you know, way of like depicting that. So I wanted to ask you, do you think it's gonna be a 1-episode knockout to where either Hit's gonna knock out Vegeta or knock him out the ring in 1 episode, or do you think there's gonna be 1 more episode before Hit just says, you know what, you're gone, out of here, bye? Like okay, what do you think here?
All right, so this is what I think is gonna happen. What we saw is Hit demolishing Vegeta, but then Vegeta's gonna step it up. We kind of saw a piece in the preview where he's pissed and he's powering up, right?
Right.
So I believe that's gonna be somewhere towards the end of the episode, and Vegeta's gonna step it up, but then Hit's gonna step it up even more. And in the next episode, I really do hope it's the next episode, because I don't want it to be just a 1 episode, one and done, kind of like how this episode was.
Right.
And the last couple ones. But I want Vegeta to 1-up Hit at that certain point around the end of the episode, so we can be like, oh my god, Vegeta's actually coming back.
Right,
but then
like,
the next
you
episode,
would have the assumption that he is gonna, you know, essentially come back during this fight. Yes. But like, just judging based on what he's doing to him, like, do you think there is coming back here? Because I'm sorry, I love Vegeta, but something's up here. I don't know if you noticed. Did you notice that Hit put his hands in his pocket? Is that some sort of symbolism?
I feel. What if that was the end of the fight? What if he just puts his hands in his pocket? That be?
Well, that's true. What if that is the end of the fight?
And then Vegeta kind of like falls down and is like drained, you know?
That's very true. That could be it. But I mean, again, there's certain things that I picked up on after watching Dragon Ball Super, because everybody decides, like, you know, they have like their own little like unique trick as to what they're doing. Same thing applies with Frost. I mean, when Frost was doing his little cheating, he always touched his hand. He was always doing something. I mean, I'm not implying that, you know, Hit's gonna cheat here, but you know, that could mean something. But you know, then again, I might be wrong on that.
I kind of picked up the vibe too.
What was that?
I kind of picked up that vibe too, like, cause we already witnessed Frost cheating. I felt like maybe Hit had something in his pocket. The first thing I saw, like, what the heck is he doing?
Yeah, it's like Uzi. He has like a Tech 9 or something, like a Uzi. Yeah, yeah, like blow his head off.
Bro.
Now before we actually started this recording, we talked about a boxing style that Hit displays here. Now, I don't know if the audience picked that up, but me and Rudy picked that up. Hit had somewhat of a boxing style, like the way his stance was. Normally, you would have like a depiction of like martial arts and whatnot, and you know, it very well may be like a certain martial art, you know, type of stance. But to me, at least, and to many others who are, you know, fans of boxing, it looked like Hit had somewhat of a boxing stance. And the way he fought Vegeta looked like he was outboxing him. So like what do you think here? Like what's going on?
From what I saw, it really did look like a boxing stance, especially with my background in boxing, and especially the hits. It looked like he was hitting him, you know, with a right, and then he would move to the side and the left, move to the side right, and then he uppercutted the shit out of him up into the air. I mean, this really did remind me. He could like giving body shots. It did remind me of a boxing stance. I don't know if that'll be the whole fight. Maybe he'll change it up, right? But yes, it did remind me of a boxing stance. It really did.
Now, I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure that everybody watching this video is going to be pissed off, especially the Vegeta fans, because Vegeta once again is going to be reduced to a secondary character, having to fall short of Goku. Dude, you can already see the writing on the wall, and I want to, before the backlash begins, right, I do want to say this. Vegeta thus far has eliminated 2 people. Actually, no, 3 people. He eliminated Frost, he eliminated Vegeta, he eliminated Kabe.
He had it. Hey, he had his light.
He had his shine, and Vegeta did what no other character did. Sadly enough, the biggest misuse was Piccolo. I felt as if Piccolo was one of the most misused characters thus far, because literally, I'm sorry to say, he didn't do anything. So, but Vegeta, guys, Vegeta had his moment. Whether or not people want to, you know, argue against that or not, he did. He had his moment, and he eliminated more people than anybody else within the tournament. And so, you know, certain things need to come about in order for them to transcend. So, you know, if it is Vegeta's time, guys, it's Vegeta's time to go. Now, I wanted to ask you as to, like, the lore building up to this, though, because we already know that, you know, Vegeta was talking to Kabe about, you know, meeting the king and stuff. It was pretty interesting stuff, nevertheless.
It was.
But in terms of Hit, because we understand that Varus told Champa about, you know, the promises that was made to Hit once he wins the tournament for Champa's team, which was the cube. So if by some chance, right, let's say by some chance, let's say Hit loses at some point, right? Or at least, you know what? Let's just not say that. Let's say Hit wins.
Okay.
Do you think they're gonna, just give him like that cubicle? Because we don't really know his intentions. He probably wants to go to a different universe to like, further his agenda. But like, what do you think is gonna happen if he wins, and what do you think is gonna happen if he loses?
If he wins, I feel like they're not gonna give him the cube.
Really? Why?
Because the way Champa reacted, that's a god's cube.
Okay,
like,
so
we're not gonna give him that cube. That's ours,
so
maybe.
win, lose, or draw, you're not getting the cube, is what
You're not getting the cube, and I think that is what could set up the next following.
I mean, that could be true. I mean, that could infuriate him to the point where he's like, no, bitch, you promised me the cube. Give it to me, or there's gonna be repercussions. But then again, I don't think this dude's gonna have that much balls to stand up against gods such as Beerus.
Very true, very true.
I might be wrong, but
I don't know, bro. So something else is gonna happen here. Some twist. There has to be a twist if they want it to lead to something else after the tournament, which there has to be. If there's not, that's gonna be probably the biggest letdown of like forever.
Okay. Okay. All right. So lay it on me right now. Final flashes, big bangs, Gallic guns. What is Vegeta gonna do in this fight, though? Like, do you think anything is gonna be dished out, or do you think it's gonna be a one and done, boots to the ground, just straight up combat, and then someone's gonna end up getting knocked out here, which in case it might be Vegeta? But how do you think this is gonna go about? Like, what is Vegeta's strategy here, or at least like what can he do? Like, what can he do fighting against someone who's using like whatever kind of technique he's using? Because I mean, let's be honest here, we've never seen anything like that before.
Yes. So if Hit is fighting the way I see it, and let's say he is fighting, I'm just gonna say this for this video purpose, right? Let's say he's fighting like a boxer. He's not gonna let Vegeta breathe. Because
that is very true.
Boxers don't do that. If we give a chance for our opponent to breathe, then that leaves us at a disadvantage, and it doesn't let us keep the momentum that we have. So Vegeta will probably try to get away, and Hit is, I'm not gonna let you get away. And if that happens, it's gonna be a one and done thing. Boot to the ground, Vegeta. I'm sorry. That's if that's the true fighting style that Hit is going towards, then that's pretty much what's gonna happen.
He seems very relentless, though. I mean, like, again, I've said it from the get-go. Like, just his personality, it reminds me of several characters. It reminds me of Cell because of like the way he's so brash and the way he's so like confident about things. He reminds me of Pycon because of his attitude. Like, he's so like, he looks pissed off half the time. He reminds me of several characters, and like whatever he brings to the table. Like his fighting stance, like his fighting style. Like, what do you think like his attacks are all about? Because again, going back to what we said, he hit Vegeta, and there were like these energy sparks flying out of him. Like, what is that? Is that actual like ki beams? Is that like somewhat of like a ki being released from Hit into Vegeta, or is that like Vegeta's energy, his own energy, like leaving his body? Because that even goes back to Frost. What the hell happened to Frost? He's still knocked out. He was still like laying out cold. Like, what happened? Like, what's going on here?
I don't know, man. We don't even know what happened to Frost, and what we saw Frost all over his body is worse than what Hit is doing to Vegeta. We can assume because Vegeta's still standing up,
or he might do the same thing to Vegeta and like do the exact same technique. And if that's the case, because remember, Frost didn't even know what the hell was going. I feel so bad for Frost right now because poor Frost. Like once he got like destroyed, like his final words before going into a coma was, what's happening to me? And he just fell down, and that was the be all end all. Like, that was literally it. So do you think the same attack is going to be applied to Vegeta here, or do you think it's going to be resulting in something else?
I feel like it's going to be just resulting in something else, man. I just feel like Hit's going to beat him down, wear and tear Vegeta to the point where he just lands on his knees and can't get up anymore. Now
again, guys, if you guys are Vegeta fans, do not be upset, because a lot of people here, they're going to say, this is bullshit, Goku's going to have his moment again. I want you guys to understand something. Dragon Ball was always kind of centered around Goku, so like, in an essence, it's not like Vegeta's forever going to live in his shadow, because he was able to do what Goku wasn't able to do in this tournament, that was outlast Frost and knock out 3 people. And so Vegeta proved his worth, although even right now, he's going to be fighting a 4th person. Like, nobody in this tournament has gone ahead to say they fought 4 people. Like, pretty much, Vegeta cleared out all of his Universe 6 by himself. Not that it really means anything, because Universe 6, honest to God, seems like they're a bunch of scrubs. But still, Vegeta went in there and he said, you know what, this is my town, this is my ring, I'm going to do things the way I want to do it, and he did. He beat the crap out of, 3 people, now going up against the 4th and strongest. So, not everyone's going to have, like, their moment of glory here. But needless to say, I think that Vegeta definitely has more to prove later on down the road after this tournament's over and done with, because, again, there could be other arcs to where he's, proving his worth some more. But any final words about Vegeta here? Because I know certain people are going to be upset and they're going to rage and whatnot, but like in essence, you can't really rage towards the character because he already beat 3 people, He had his moment of glory. I mean, some people might say, oh, it doesn't matter. He had Golden Frieza and Goku still took it away. But in this essence, he's not beating up Hit and Goku's taking it. Hit's beating him up and Goku's going to finish off and just follow up after that fight. So what are your thoughts about, like, the entirety of this battle? Like, how like, final thoughts, if you have any, because I'm still trying to grasp the idea on how this dude fights, because towards the end of the episode, like, he put his hands in his pocket, he was just talking to Vegeta, so I'm like confused here.
I I hope it doesn't last one episode. I hope Vegeta puts up some type of fight. I hope he can get away, find his distance, and try to think of a plan, because that would be awesome, right? We need him to try to fight back, so at least Goku in his mind, he could think, you know what, I might not be able to beat this guy, but I gotta figure something out, so at least Goku can see what happens, and maybe he can take him down for me.
I'm sorry, but I don't even see Goku surviving this. I'm so sorry, man. I really don't. I mean, Goku seems confident, and yeah, Goku may have certain abilities that might help him, like the instant transmission and stuff like that, things of that nature, but I'm so sorry to say, like, I can't see someone like Goku even beating him, because I don't know what it is, like, there's something about this character. And again, certain people even predicted that the Universe 6 might win this tournament. I mean, if that's the case, sure. I mean, Hit just might win this for everybody. But going into next week's battle, guys, it's going to be off the charts, only because the lore building, we have so much to look forward to. Like, there's so much tension building around, Vegeta, especially during the previews when he was down and out. He was sweaty, he was tired, he was pissed, because for the first time, someone's challenging his god form and pushing him to the point where he can't even hold his own that much. So it's going to be a roller coaster of an episode, but comment down below as to what you guys expect to see in next week's episode, guys. And once again, thank you all for watching. If you guys are fans of Dragon Ball, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way you guys don't miss a single video or update. If you guys enjoyed, if you guys cannot wait for next week's episode, slap a like on the video, guys. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Check out JR Saiyans down in the description as well if you guys want to go ahead and watch his videos too. Tune in for more updates, guys, and we'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.